Have a nice cup of coffee. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be loud. Listen to it as the cars are roaring across. I'm going to hand over to you. I normally can't grab a word with the drivers if we could. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to. I'm going to hand over to your commentator, Dave Goddard, to take you through the action.
Well, good afternoon once again, ladies and gents, from Snetterton. Starting a bit earlier than planned due to a few delays earlier on in this morning's programme with our Goodyear Britcar Endurance Championship Trophy category. We saw the endurance class in action yesterday in slightly more inclement weather than today, but the trophy category had their qualifying session this morning, and we should see a grid of 32 cars out there for this one with GT cars and saloons. 4 classes in this race, classes 1, 2 and 3, plus the Clio category. The grid was set this morning by the qualifying session. It's an all BMW front row. Let's take you through the grid then. In pole position is the double winning car from the opening weekend of the year at Silverstone, the Woodrow BMW of Simon Baker. New co-driver for him this weekend, Ollie Reuben, noted historic racer. Simon Baker will start the car for this first race. He'll hand over to Ollie at the pit stop. Alongside him, number 40, that is Jasvir Sapra with his BMW M3. Second row is number 20. Good effort by Charlie Campbell and Rob Smith in the Peugeot RCZ. Rob Smith taking the start. There it is, a very aggressive-looking car. Alongside him, number 74, Mark Lee, driving solo with his Ginetta. The third row, the first of the Class 2 cars, number 2, Peter Spano and Andrew Bentley with the Ginetta G40. Andrew Bentley will start that car. And alongside them, number 93, Kester Cook with his Ford Fiesta. Fourth row, number 82, Richard Evans in his BMW, alongside number 15, Richard Higgins with his Porsche 996. Fifth row, number 5, Tony Prendergast in a VW Scirocco. And alongside Tony will be the number 41, the first of the Clios, which is the Westbourne Motorsports Clio of the Thompson family. Aaron Thompson is going first. On the sixth row, number 31, which is Paul de Hadre in his VW Scirocco, starting alongside the Team Brits BMW of Andy Tucker and Matty Street. Matty Street will take the start in that car, handing over to Tucker at the pit stop. Row 7 is the Chandler Motorsport Golf. Stephen Chandler will take the start in that one, sharing with Joel Wren. Alongside them, number 4, the Clio of Anton Spires and Darren Gerhardt, the Spires Motorsport car. Darren Gerhardt is going first. Row 8 is number 77, which is Matt Evans with his Scirocco. 62, the Clio of James Colburn, the Silverstone winner. He starts the car. Sarah Franklin will take over the number 62 car this time. Row 9 is number 177, the Preptech Renault Clio, running in Class 2. Ryan Firth starts, sharing with Andy Mollison. Alongside them, the Ginetta of number 27, Charlotte Birch. On the 10th row, number 80, Anthony Hutchings with his Porsche Boxster, starting alongside number 67, Richard Colburn, sharing with James Black. Richard, the father of James. Richard takes the start in this one. On row 11 is the first of the Class 3 cars. Number 19, the Ginetta G20, which will be started by Steve Griffiths, sharing with Jamie Vinall-Meyer. Alongside him, number 33, hopefully he's there, Andy Porter with his Porsche Boxster. Had some problems in qualifying this morning. The 12th row, number 49, the Woodards with their Mini Cooper S, Mini Challenge car. Daniel Woodard taking the start. Alongside them, number 71, Luke Pound in the Team Brits BMW 118. The 13th row, number 46, that's the TSR Performance Volkswagen Golf running in Class 3. Rob Taylor starts that car, sharing with Mark Jones. Alongside them, number 57, which is Barry McMahon with his Alfa Romeo Giulietta. On the 14th row is number 8, the Porsche Boxster, Kevin Hancock and Lee Smart. Kevin Hancock will be the first driver in that car. Alongside them, number 34, Alistair Lindsay with his Seat Leon. The penultimate row of the grid, number 83, which is the Cook family in their Honda Civic. Edward Cook takes the start, sharing with Steve. And alongside will be number 316, Ivor Mares with his Mazda MX-5. The final row of the grid, 47, the Gibbons and Holden Ginetta. Derek Holden starting that car, and Richard Bernard, who had trouble in qualifying, will start at the back in number 39 with his Porsche Boxster. That is your grid then for 45 minutes of racing with mandatory pit stops. There are 2 pit windows between 20 and 30 minutes into this race. The Class 1 3 and Clio's will pit, and the Class 2 cars pit separately. But we are about to get underway. Then this is an all BMW front row. Simon Baker and Jasvir Sapra, big rivals from the first weekend of the year at Silverstone a couple of weekends ago. We are ready to go racing with the Goodyear Brit Car Trophy up towards the green flag, and away they go. Down towards Riches for the first time, and it is Simon Baker on the inside, Jasvir Sapra round the outside. Looks like he's just about going to shade it into the lead. Mark Lee round the outside of the Peugeot of Rob Smith on the first corner. A fine sight they make as they stream their way towards the Wilson's hairpin for the first time. It's Jasvir Sapra who's got the lead. Mark Lee getting through into second. The BMW of Simon Baker, I remember, was a little bit slow off the rolling start at Silverstone in the first race as well. He's been rather swamped. He's down to third as they head towards Palmer's for the first time. Mark Lee having a look on the inside in the Ginetta, but it is Jasvir Sapra who has got the lead. Baker in third place. Rob Smith in the Peugeot is in fourth. They start to stream their way around. We'll see the first pit stop after 20 minutes into this race. So when there's 25 minutes left on the clock, the pit window will open. That will be, as we were saying, for the Class 1, 3 and Clio cars. Given the large size of the entry, the Class 2 cars will pit separately between 30 and 40 minutes into the race. Jasvir Sapra, a little bit of twitch there as he comes through Oggies. He's got the lead ahead of Mark Lee. Rob Smith is up into third position in the Peugeot RCZ. Up in fifth there, Andrew Bentley is leading Class 2 with his Ginetta, as they start to stream their way out onto the Bentley straight for the first time. It's a wonderful variety of cars in Brit Car Trophy. Simon Baker having a look for second place. They're not close enough to Mark Lee in the Ginetta G56. Gets past Rob Smith once again, though. The Peugeot is there on the inside, though, for Nelson. Rob Smith at the inside. He forces Simon Baker to go wide. Andrew Bentley will have a look as well in his Ginetta, and also in there Matty Street, who's made a quick start in the Team Brits car, and he's got through on the inside. So Simon Baker's been shuffled back to sixth position, and Kester Cook in the Fiesta's having a go as well. First two have got clear as a result of all that squabbling. Jasvir Sapra from Mark Lee. Third place is Rob Smith. I think that's the only Peugeot RCZ racing in the UK at the moment. Over the line they go. The lead is 1.5 seconds for Sapra over Mark Lee. Matty Street up the inside, fighting with Andrew Bentley in the Diabetes UK sponsored Ginetta. Kester Cook in behind Simon Baker's BMW there. Through the hairpin for the second time. Matty Street, the big mover on the first lap, he's gained 7 places on that first lap. So Class 2 is led by Spano and Bentley. Andrew Bentley at the wheel of the Ginetta. The Clio class is led by Aaron Thompson in car number 41. And Class 3, a little bit further back in the order, that will be the Ginetta of Steve Griffiths, number 19, leading. Just looking if we were missing anybody. I don't think Andrew Porter took the start, number 33 in his Porsche Boxster, as Kester Cook up the inside takes Matty Streets. May only be a small car, that Fiesta, compared to its contemporaries in its class, but it's very rapid indeed. The pocket rocket, as we call that Fiesta. Kester Cook has raced that in a variety of series over the years. Now chasing Simon Baker. See the Class 2 cars with the green windscreen sun strips. There's the battle, and the collision in the battle for the lead of the Clio class. Ben Colburn tagged there by Aaron Thompson. Good save by Ben Colburn. He's only lost a couple of places, and he has lost the lead of the class there to Aaron Thompson. And has that damaged? I think that may have damaged the suspension. Look at the left front on the Ben Colburn's car, shared with Sarah Franklin. We'll see if he's able to continue there. You know, the left front looking a bit suspect there after he was tagged going into Brundle corner. So Ben Colburn may call in the pits to check that car. Jasvir Sapra still leads from Mark Lee. Third is Rob Smith in the Peugeot. Fourth, it's Bentley. Simon Baker back up in the 5th ahead of Cook, then Streets, Richard Evans in his BMW, Richard Higgins Porsche, and Tony Prendergast rounding out the top 10 in his VW Scirocco. Ben Colburn continues on ahead of Stephen Chandler in his Golf. That got into a few scrapes at Silverstone, but going well so far here. Just dialing the cars in at the moment. It's a 45-minute race. I had said Andrew Porter wasn't out there. He is there. There is the number 33. He's just got past Ryan Firth's Clio. It looks like everybody who should be out there is after qualifying. There's number 77, Matt Evans, with the JW Bird Motorsport Scirocco. Here are the leaders. Jasvir Sapra from Mark Lee. Rob Smith in 3rd place in the Peugeot. Andrew Bentley's Ginetta in 4th. Then it's Simon Baker, Kester Cook, and a move being made here possibly by the BMW of Richard Evans. No, couldn't quite get up alongside Matty Street and the Team Brits car there. Richard Evans bouncing off the curb. He's currently 2nd in Class 2. We're just saying there, you can recognise the classes by the car's sun strips as well. Class 1 cars have a red sun strip. Class 2 have green. See that Richard Evans is in a Class 2 car there. There goes our leader, Jasvir Sapra. Matty Street up the inside. Takes Richard Evans back again. Good battle between these two BMWs. They are in different classes, fighting for 7th place. Here comes Simon Baker, the pole sitter, fighting back after a slightly poor start, as we saw in race 1 at Silverstone, but they fought back to win it, along with Kevin Clark. Out of Agostini. Jasvir Sapra going clear of Mark Lee. Starting to get a little more spaced out now, the leaders. Further back in the classes, well, number 2, Andrew Bentley is leading Class 2. Clio's still led by Aaron Thompson. He's 13th overall, in Class 3 by Steve Griffiths, who's only just ahead of Edward Cook in the Honda Civic. They're further back in the order. Griffiths 22nd in the order. Simon Baker has now got through into 4th place, the more powerful BMW ahead of the Class 2 Ginetta. Rob Smith rather on his own in 3rd in the Peugeot RCZ. Wasn't quite ready in time to race at Silverstone. It's one car that's thought I saw heading down the pit lane there. Somebody been into the pits already, not showing on the timing screen as such. So anyway, we continue. Sapra leads by 1.9 seconds. Lee has just done the fastest lap of the race, though, in the Ginetta. Trying to close in on the number 40. Battle for 4th, the main focus at the moment. A couple of cars going wide at Rich's. One of the Scirocco's, that was Matty Evans, I think, has gone onto the grass there. That's the car that went into the pits. It was Ryan Firth in the Clio with a problem. He's rejoined at the back. Thought I saw a car going out of the pits for a split second. So the Class 2 Clio, not running in the dedicated Clio class, try saying that after a few drinks, has rejoined at the rear of the field. Andrew Bentley holding his own at the front of Class 2, running up there with the big boys. As I say, that gets a bit of a slide on through at Williams' corner. He's enjoying himself in that Ginetta G40. There's the Clio. It's gone a lap down as a result of that pit call for Ryan Firth. Here come the BMWs further back as Richard Evans has now pulled ahead of Matty Street. That's for 7th and 8th. Richard Higgins in the blue Clio, in the blue Porsche is next. And there's the Clio class leader in the background. That's Aaron Thompson under fire from Matty Evans, recovering after that little off in the Scirocco. Behind them, Andrew Porter. And the Clio goes straight on. Now, I think he got spooked there by the cars around him. Aaron Thompson, he's going to have to go through the escape road. Well, he's not going through the escape road. He's going to rejoin over the grass. The SDT Contracts Clio keeps going. Lost a couple of places there, though. And I think they're still leading the Clio class as well in 14th overall. Aaron and Steve Thompson. Aaron currently on board. Second in that class is Ben Colburn, sharing with Sarah Franklin, the Northamptonshire-based solicitor. She's been racing Clios for a number of years now. Well, the lead gap has gone up to 3.3 seconds now. Jasvir Sapra pulling away at the front of the field. There is Ben Colburn, double winner in the Clios at Silverstone. There are your class leaders. Jasvir Sapra from Lee and Smith in the overall classification. They're all in Class 1. Bentley ahead of Richard Evans and Richard Higgins in Class 2. The Clios headed by Ben Colburn, who has taken the class lead. I just had to check that as a result of Thompson going off. He has lost the class lead. And it's Darren Gerhardt's in car number 4 in third in the Clio class. There's been a change in Class 3 as well. Edward Cook in the Honda Civic has taken Steve Griffiths for the lead of Class 3, and it's Barry McMahon's Alfa Romeo running third in Class 3. Now, that's a change of class for that car, because on my entry list, that car was listed as being in Class 1. So the Alfa Romeo Giulietta is indeed in Class 3. Simon Baker has caught our third place man. That's Rob Smith in the Peugeot. Peugeot RCZ, similar in shape to the Audi TT, but you didn't see many of these in the UK. There's Sapra. The gap was 3.3 seconds. It is now 3.7 seconds. So Jazz Sapra, that very purposeful looking BMW M3, pulling away. Of course, his partner from Silverstone, Lucky Kira, not here today. He was here yesterday with his Ferrari for the Britcar Endurance Championship rounds, but unfortunately the Ferrari broke down in qualifying. He wasn't able to race. And Lucky, I would suspect, is racing somewhere else today, because he seems to be racing somewhere every weekend in various championships. Kester Cook goes through the hairpin. Still Sapra, Lee, Smith, Baker, Andrew Bentley in 5th. Cook in 6th. There's Richard Evans, 7th place, second in Class 2. With the leaders fairly well spaced out at the moment. There's already a little bit of lappery going on. Richard Evans, his first appearance of the season with this plain white BMW, no sponsor logos on there, not even a rear wing. It does look unusual without the big wings that we see the other Beamers with, doesn't it? It's proving effective for Richard Evans, up there in 7th in class. 7th overall, second in class. Here come the leaders down into Brundle. Mark Lee starting to drop back a little now. Can Simon Baker get through for third? He certainly has. So Simon Baker up into third position in the BMW 1 Series M Coupe. Notice they don't call it a BMW M1 because that was the BMW supercar of the 80s. The only real supercar BMW ever made, preferring to concentrate on their super saloons. And a super saloon this one certainly is, with Simon Baker on board. Ollie Reuben will take over, the son of Nigel Reuben, who's raced just about everything over the years. Ginettas, single-seaters, historics, you name it, Nigel has had a go in it. It's his son Ollie out in that car today. Last saw him race in a classic TVR a few months ago, along with his dad. Over the line they go, the BMW up to third, but 10 seconds down on our race leader. The lead gap is still 3 seconds. Although Lee did close in by a few tenths on Sapra last time through. Here's a view from the pit wall. The cars thunder their way past. I've covered races from the pit wall at Snetterton in the past, and it certainly is an experience, especially with GT cars out there. They get very close to that pit wall, especially when they're running side by side. There goes the Clio class leader. That's Ben Colburn, and he's being reeled in again by Aaron Thompson. There is Thompson, the white and red car. There's only 1.4 seconds between the two of them, and Aaron Thompson did a personal best lap last time through, so he's going after the Clio class lead. They're ahead of one of the Scirocco's there, Tony Prendergast, in number 5. Oh, and he made a bit of a mess of the exit of the hairpin there, Ben Colburn, ran a bit wide. Remember, these two cars collided at Brundle while fighting for the class lead earlier. Now, the pit window opens for classes 1, 3 and Clio 20 minutes into this race. There's 28 and a half minutes to go. It's a 45-minute race, so we should see the pit window open in a couple of minutes for 3 of our classes. .28 minutes to go then in this first race of the day for the Goodyear Brit Car Endurance Championship Trophy category. It's Jasper Sapra who has led all the way so far in his BMW M3. Here's a battle between a couple of VWs. Paul de Hadre in the Scirocco and Stephen Chandler's Golf went through. Here come the Clios. They're chasing Andy Porter's Porsche Boxster. Just taking it carefully there through Brundle up to Nelson. There goes Simon Baker. Now, how far is he behind Mark Lee for second place? Well, he's done the fastest lap of the race last time through. 2 minutes 7.007 for Baker. It looks like he is going to try and catch our second place man, but we'll see how the BMW goes with Ollie Reuben on board. Here's the battle for the lead in Class 3. 83, Edward Cook in the Honda Civic. Ahead of Steve Griffiths in his little Ginetta, the double class winner from Silverstone. And you can see that car's got a black cross on a yellow background on the back. That means novice. You have to wear that for your first 6 races. So the Cooks, or at least one of them, new to racing this year. Steve and Edward Cook. It's Edward on board at the moment, and he leads Steve Griffiths, the overall points leader after Silverstone in the trophy category, jointly with Simon Baker and Kevin Clark in the BMW. The little Ginetta G20 won its class in both races, but he's been caught and passed by this very smart Honda, run by Derek McMahon's team, also run Barry McMahon's Alfa Romeo. And that, I think, is third in the class at the moment, ahead of Ivan Mayers in the Mazda MX-5. Pit window is opening very shortly, about 30 seconds time. In fact, the leading 3 cars have already come in. We didn't get notification that the pit window has opened, so have they come in early? We had notification from Brickcar that the pit window stayed the same, so I'll wait for an update on that. Yeah, classes 1, 3 and Clio's pit window open came up at the 25 minutes to go mark, so I'm wondering if those cars have come in early. We'll have to wait and see on that, but that's your top 3 in, Sapra, Lee and Smith. Did they come in slightly early, I wonder? We'll have to get clarification on that. Well, your leader is now Simon Baker's BMW, ahead of Andrew Bentley and Kester Cook now, the Ginetta and the Ford Fiesta. Richard Evans up into 4th place. Well, there's now your race leader, with the top 3 having dived into the pits, but I hadn't got the notification through until the 25 minutes to go mark showed on the timing screen, so I don't know if they came in slightly early, but anyway, we'll wait and see what happens. The pit window is now officially open for classes 1 and 3 and for the Clios. No pit penalties in this race. They come in race 2 later on. Richard Colburn has brought his Clio in. Tony Prendergast has been in as well in his VW Scirocco. Although in the case of Prendergast, I think that's his car I see with the bonnet open, so he may have a problem. Simon Baker has come in. So the race leader is into the pits, and it is, that's the Peugeot that has already been in. He's on his outlap. So it's Andrew Bentley's Ginetta, which will take the lead on track now. Kester Cook has come in as well. You can see here the Alfa Romeo is in, of Barry McMahon. There's Kester Cook's Ford Fiesta. In comes the Golf, number 46, Rob Taylor, to hand over to Mark Jones. They have to sit stationary from a minimum of 2 minutes. The mandatory pit stop. Good to see a view from in the pit lane. There's Charlotte Birch in her Ginetta, number 27, the ex-junior saloon car star. So it's Andrew Bentley's Ginetta that's got the lead. Evans is in 2nd place in his BMW. The Thompsons are in their Clio. Let's keep an eye on who else is pitting. Darren Gerhardt has come in to hand his Clio over to Anton Spires. There's Andy Porter's Porsche. Problems in qualifying, but he did make it out for the race. A bit of steam there from one of those cars. I think that's hard to see at the moment who that is, because we've got a Porsche Boxster parked in the way of Andrew Porter. The Alfa Romeo heads back out. There's our leader. That's Andrew Bentley. Has yet to pit to hand over to Peter Spano. Richard Evans is in 2nd place. It's Class 2 cars running 1 and 2. Matty Street has taken over the lead of Class 1, but of course he has yet to pit. When the drivers complete their outlaps, we'll see who is where. The erstwhile top 3 all came in together, so I reckon it should still be Jasvir Sapra with the lead. Ollie Rubin has headed back out the number 10 BMW, and the Peugeot, with Charlie Campbell now on board, goes onto the grass. Mistake there from the RCZ. It's gathered it back up again, though. Leader heads up towards Wilson's hairpin behind Richard Bernard's Porsche Boxster. Gets through on the inside. Very sure-footed little car the Ginetta is, and Peter Spano will take over from Andrew Bentley shortly. Of course, Class 2 have a separate pit window. That's why the Class 2 cars will all go to the front of the field. Their pit window begins with 15 minutes of the race to go. So there's 2 separate 10-minute pit windows, one for Class 2, one for everybody else. It'll be the other way round, incidentally, in Race 2. The Class 2 cars will pit first. So they've still got 5 minutes before their stop. So what we'll see here is all the Class 2 cars go to the front of the field. James Colburn, has now come in to hand over to Sarah Franklin. I think the car we saw with a bit of steam coming out of it was the Taylor-Jones Golf. I think they've had some overheating issues. There's the Mazda MX-5 of Ivor Mares, ex-Formula Ford start. There's the Peugeot Charlie Campbell. We'll see where he's going to slot back in because, of course, the cars that have been in will have to cycle through as everybody else pits. Well, a few cars in Class 1 that have not yet been in. Matty Street has not yet brought the Team Brit BMW in. Have all the other cars from Classes 1, 3 and the Clios come in. Now, Ivor Mares has yet to stop. Oh, no, he has just come in. There, the MX-5 comes in, as I say. That's Luke Pound hasn't come in yet in the BMW 116. I think everybody else has, except for the Class 2 cars now. So just a couple of cars still to pit in this window before the second window opens for Class 2. So Andrew Bentley continues to lead in the Ginetta G40. There he is, coming up towards Agostini. He's got a lead of 25.8 seconds over Richard Evans in his BMW, the all-white BMW in second. And it's the Team Brit BMW of Matty Street in third, the team that's works so hard for those who wish to overcome physical and mental health handicaps through motorsport. Matty Street's an ambassador for racing with autism as well. Andy Tucker, hand over to Andy Tucker. He survived multiple injuries in a road accident a few years ago. It's great to see them competing. And competing well. Up there in third place overall at the moment. There's number 83. The Cook family. We're told that that may not be a novice cross on their car because they are not novice drivers. It may mean something else, that sticker. Could be a coat of arms, perhaps. They have been racing Brit car for a while, so apologies there. They have been in for their pit stop, so it's Steve Cook now on board in the Honda. There's Andy Porter, number 33. Oh, and the number 10 car has had a moment there of Ollie Rubin. We'll wait and see what has happened there. It's got going again. Now I'll try and take another look at that in a second. See what happened there to Ollie Rubin. Yeah, just lost it on the hairpin. He's getting used to this very powerful BMW. He's raced a variety of sports cars, so Ollie Rubin should be okay. Does a quick donut to rejoin. He hasn't lost too much time there, thankfully. So it's all Class 2 cars now at the front of the field because Matty Street has come in to hand over to Andy Tucker. He's the last of the Class 1 cars to make a stop. Here's Tony Prendergast with the number 67 Clio. Richard Black now on board with that. Here's a battle towards the tail of the field. That's Ivor Mares in the MX-5 and Barry McMahon in the Alpha Giulietta. New car for him this year. Seen the McMahon family in their Alpha 156 in Brick Car for several seasons. Heading on to the Bentley Straight there. Okay, the pit window for classes 1, 3 and the Clios closes now. And the Class 2 pit window simultaneously opens. So it's everybody in from Class 2 very shortly. Now, looking at the cars that have stopped, the Class 1 cars, it is Jasvir Sapra ahead of Mark Lee by 9.5 seconds. So when the Class 2 cars come in, it should be Jasvir Sapra to take the lead of the race. There is the Team Brit BMW in the pit lane, both of them, in fact, in the pit area. Matty Street handing over to Andy Tucker. Luke Pound driving the 1 Series. Still in the pit lane at the moment. Yeah, the Jones-Taylor VW Golf, the black number 46, didn't rejoin. It looked like they were having some overheating issues. And it looks as though the Clio of Darren Gerhardt and Anton Spires never rejoined after its stop either, so they've had a problem. Ginetta running wide there at Murray's. That's the Derek Holden car. He'll hand over to Stuart Gibbons at his stop. They've come in now, in fact. So the Class 2 cars starting to pour in. The Stephen Chandler VW Golf has come in. Joel Wren, ex-junior saloon car star, will take over. Who else has come in? Charlotte Birch is in. Kevin Hancock to hand over to Lee Smart in the Boxster as Paul de Hadre's Scirocco runs wide there. There is the blue Ginetta. That's Derek Holden. Stuart Gibbons will take over. Derek Holden clambers out. There's the Chandler Motorsport Golf. We saw that lose its front bodywork in the first race at Silverstone. Have to put a spare front end on for the second race. Behind them, that's the Jones-Taylor Golf. Looks like that's out of the race, unfortunately. Here comes Anthony Hutchins. He's just pleased to get some racing laps in his Boxster. Broke down in qualifying at Silverstone. And here comes Team Woodard. Daniel handing over to Sean. There's Mark Lee in his Ginetta. And now the Class 2 cars starting to cycle through their pit stops now. So we will see the Class 1 cars from earlier start to rise back up the order. It's Jasvir Sapra leading them by just under 10 seconds. And third behind them, it is Ollie Rubens, who's done the fastest lap of the race, 2:05.065. That's a BMW. He's ahead of Kester Cook. And behind them, we should see Charlie Campbell's Peugeot and then Andy Tucker's BMW. And that's rejoins. Okay, so it's all working out very nicely at the moment. Just a couple of casualties, unfortunately, in this race, as we mentioned. Another car that stopped a few laps behind is number 5, Tony Prendergast, with the VW Scirocco. But we saw that with the bonnet open at its pit stop, so he's had a problem. Richard Evans is in, car number 82 we see in the pit lane there. The white BMW. He was running second. Andrew Bentley continues to pound round in the lead, meanwhile, in the number 2 Ginetta. So with Evans in the pits, it's Richard Higgins into second place. There is the number 10 BMW. And that is running, I think, effectively third overall, behind Sapra and Lee, when everybody else ahead of them has pitted. Because now Richard Evans has come in. Paul de Hadre's VW has come in as well. And Jasvir Sapra is back in the pit lane. Is that a penalty, I wonder? Did he pit too early? Yes, there. Yes, that's a stop-go penalty. So, I think I was right. I think the top 3 did come in slightly early. So back in comes Jasvir Sapra. And that is a stop-go penalty. Now, are we going to see the same thing happen? We'll wait and see Will we see the same thing happen to the other two cars that were in the top three that I thought had come in before the pit window opened? Because the top three, of course, all came in together. I said they might have come in a bit early. We haven't had notification on the timing screen of that, but I reckon that's what's happened there. Now, who were the other two cars that came in early? One was Mark Lee's Ginetta that may have come in early. And I think the other one was the Peugeot. There's the Peugeot, Charlie Campbell. So we'll wait and see if those cars get called in as well. But Jasvir Sapra has been in for a stop-go penalty. And I think those leading three cars came in before the pit window had opened. Well, that means that Andrew Bentley is still out there. The pit window is now open. There is the 74 car. That's Mark Lee. Richard Higgins has now come in. And with Matt Evans is Scirocco and Andrew Bentley, the race leader, the only two of the leading runners have yet to stop. This car should inherit the lead, the number 74 Ginetta, Mark Lee. So we'll keep an eye on that car and on the Peugeot, because whether they will suffer the same fate as Jas Sapra. I think there's a problem for Luke Pound's BMW 1 Series. He's come back into the pits again. And Andy Mollison has come in again as well. That's Clio of Ryan Firth and Andy Mollison made an early stop, didn't it? Luke Pound goes back out. So the only cars that have not stopped, according to my timing screen, are Andrew Porter's Porsche. But we did see that in the pits, so whether the timing hasn't picked that up. Oh, lock up there from Mark Lee. Matt Evans, number 77, hasn't been in, and obviously Andrew Bentley, there he is. He hasn't been in yet either. He's got about 3 minutes left to make his stop, so he's got to do so in the next couple of laps. There he goes. He's completed 17 laps. Richard Higgins in the pits there. One of the Scirocco's in. That's Tony Prendergast back in again, so he is having problems with the Scirocco. But let's just wait and see what happens to the 74 and the 20 cars. Whether they get called in as Jas Sapra did. This is only my observation, of course. We'll wait and see if it is confirmed from the officials. Well, I think Andrew Bentley is going to have to come in this time because he's only got a couple of minutes to do so, and it is a long lap here on the Snetterton 300 circuit. So Mark Lee is going to inherit the lead of the race here when the cars ahead of him have pitted. Because he's 9 seconds up on Ollie Rubens in the number 10 BMW in what's effectively second place. Next behind them, Kester Cook in number 93. I don't know why it's not showing that Andrew Porter has stopped, because we saw him in the pit lane on our pit camera. That's been an omission there. Matt Evans has now come in. He was running second overall, and so this is the only car now that has not stopped, the race leader. And surely we're going to see Andrew Bentley come in this time, because if he leaves it another lap, he will miss the pit window. It closes with 5 minutes of the race to go. Here he comes then, and surely Andrew Bentley is going to peel off this time. Yes, he's coming in. So the leader is in, and Mark Lee, in his Class 1 Ginetta, will inherit the lead of the race. It will be Ollie Rubens in second. He's some 7.7 seconds behind. I spy a stop-go penalty board. We can't see the number on it, unfortunately. We can see the side of the board there. Stop-go penalty. Now, I wonder if that is for cars 74 and 20. But we'll wait and see if they come in. We'll just have to get confirmation from down there in pit lane as to who that penalty is for. But the stop-go penalty board is being hung out. You can see there by the marshals on the start-finish line. Well, there is Mark Lee, and I'm wondering if that board is for him. Coming round Nelson. We'll wait and see. Because if so, that could mean the Peugeot, number 20, is going to suffer the same fate. They're now down in 13th place. If he is going to be called in, Mark Lee, then that's going to give Ollie Rubens the lead. But Ollie's lap times are some 3 seconds a lap quicker than... there is Ollie Rubens, than the Ginetta. Over the line goes the Ginetta. And he is now back on the top of the timing screen. He's, 4.2 seconds the gap is down to. Now Rubens taken 3.5 seconds out of him on that last lap. So surely we're going to see the BMW catch the Ginetta anyway. Lapping Steve Thompson in the Clio there. There's 4 minutes of the race to go. He's catching him at 3 seconds a lap. Where is the BMW? There he is. Yeah, he's got Mark Lee in his sights now, Ollie Rubens. Surely it's going to be only a matter of time before they catch the 74 car, and it's going to be 3 wins out of 3 overall for that BMW this year. Peter Spano in the number 2 car has just rejoined. Andy Bentley gave up the lead. He was the last man to pit. So that's going to put Kester Cook in the Fiesta up into 3rd overall. Now let's have a look at the class leaders. We'll wait and see where Peter Spano and Andy Bentley slot back in to find out who the leader of Class 2 is. The Clios are being led by the Thompsons. Steve Thompson ahead of Sarah Franklin. It's quite a clear margin between those two on the track. And Class 3, there's a off for the MX-5. That's coming... That's an unusual place to go off on the inside of Brundle. Oh, he's gone through the escape road. That's confused me there for a second. My mistake. Thought he'd gone to the inside of Brundle there against the barrier. So Ivor Mayers rejoins in the MX-5. Class 3, you were saying that. Yeah, it's the Ginetta of Steve Griffiths and Jamie Vinnell-Meyer who leads the way, the blue at number 19. The Cook Honda in second. Ivor Mayers still 3rd in class. Mark Lee continues to lead, but here comes the BMW of Ollie Rubin. He's getting closer and closer. He's got him in his sights now. It'll surely only be a few corners before he is up alongside Mark Lee's Ginetta. Over the line they go. They're nose to tail now, 0.2 of a second in it. They lap Ivor Mayers in the MX-5, and he's ready to attack now, Ollie Rubin, on the back of Mark Lee. A car that has come into the pits again is the number 35, incidentally, the Stephen Chandler Joel Wren VW Golf. So maybe it was them who got the stop-go penalty. No confirmation of that at the moment, so maybe a pits lane infringement. But meantime, Ollie Rubin is right on the tail of Mark Lee. He's almost under his rear wing there. He's going to pull alongside as they come down towards Agostini. He's going to try and go round the outside. Who's going to be later on the brakes? Mark Lee's going to hold it this time into the left-hander. Rubin goes for the cutback. He gets the BMW sideways. He's really trying here, Ollie Rubin. This is good racing. Ginetta v BMW for the lead. They're way ahead of 3rd place. It looks like Spano and Bentley have held 3rd ahead of Kester Cook. It's 2.5 seconds in it between those two. It's a good effort by the Ginetta crew. We could have 2 Ginettas in the top 3 here. 1 minute of the race to go. So it may be a checkered flag this time. We'll wait to see if they get another lap in here. But here comes Ollie Rubin. This is going to be close. He's going to try and slipstream him as they come down the straight here. They've got the Peugeot ahead of them and he's through. Ollie Rubin takes Mark Lee for the lead on the Bentley straight as they came up to lap Charlie Campbell in the Peugeot. But Mark Lee is fighting back up the inside. Ollie Rubin closes the door as they head into Brundle. There's only just over 30 seconds of the race to go. It could be checkered flag this time. Well, Ollie Rubin in that case left it late there. They're coming up on back markers. Mark Lee is not finished yet. The Porsche Boxster, number 8 of Lee Smart, ahead of them there. Is Mark Lee going to have a lunge here to try and retake the lead? There's 20 seconds left, so I think they might get one more lap of this. Lee up the inside. Oh, that's close as they go into Murray's. He had to almost come to a dead stop there to avoid the back of the BMW. Here they come towards the line. Is it going to be checkered flag this time? No, it's not. They're 1 second too early over the line. They've got another lap to run. That's not what Ollie Reuben wanted to see. Can Mark Lee catch him up again? He's going to go hell for leather on this last lap now. Ollie Rubens to keep that BMW ahead. He managed to pull away down the straights. Normally Kevin Clark we see share with Simon Baker, and he's got to hope now that back markers don't trip him up towards Palmer for what will be the last time. There's Andy Mollison in the Clio ahead of him. Blue flag waving to tell the back markers the leaders are coming through. Great conclusion to this one. Jasvir Sapra, despite that incidentally, despite that extra stop, is in 6th position, so he's still 4th in class, still gets plenty of points. It's the overall leaders we concentrate on, and Ollie Reuben trying to put clean air between himself and Mark Lee on this last lap. Lock up there from Reuben, he's really pushing. Is it going to be 3 out of 3 for the Woodrow BMW in Brick Car Trophy this year? Kester Cook has gone through into 3rd place ahead of Peter Spano in the Ginetta, so the Fiesta is on for an overall podium. Spano and Bentley still on to win Class 2 though. It'll be their first Class win of the year. They've defeated Richard Higgins, who was the double winner at Silverstone. Here come the leaders down into Brundle for what will be the last time. I don't think Mark Lee's got anything left in the tank here to try and fight back. But a great fight in the closing stages there. Up towards the bomb hole. They drop through it. Here's Coram. Well, the Woodrow BMW 1 Series M Coupe started by Simon Baker. Didn't make the best of starts. He dropped back into the pack. But Ollie Reuben has outpaced Mark Lee in the Ginetta in our first Goodyear Brick Car Endurance Championship Trophy category race of the day. It is going to be a win for number 10, Simon Baker and Ollie Reuben. The BMW takes its 3rd win of the year. 2nd goes to Mark Lee, separated by 2 seconds at the flag. Great race between those two in the closing stages. And 3rd place, it's going to be Kester Cook in the number 93 Ford Fiesta. He's just coming into Brundle now, so quite a way behind the 2 leaders. Well, here's Class 2. Spano and Bentley, and they've got Richard Evans right on Peter Spano's tail. The BMW is closed right up. Look at this. This is for the win in Class 2. Richard Evans up the inside. He gets squeezed there. They almost hit each other. They're going to go right to the line, these two. This is for 4th overall and for the Class 2 victory. So points at stake here. Richard Evans, look at the size of that BMW compared to that little Ginetta. Down towards Murray's for the final time. Is Peter Spano going to be able to outdrag him? Richard Evans, well, he's not going to wait for the straight. He forces his way up the inside and he's going through. Oh, the Ginetta has it lost drive there, coming out of the final corner. As the rain begins to fall here right at the end of the race here at Snetterton, but it's going to be Richard Evans who takes Class 2. Celebrations on the pit wall. And there's the Ginetta across the line in 5th place. Bad luck to Peter Spano. Well done, Richard Evans. He's elated. I thought he was going to wait to outdrag them on the run to the flag there, but he didn't. He just dived down the inside at Murray's. A last bend lunge takes the class win. The Clios have been won by Steve and Aaron Thompson, number 41. And Class 3, that goes, I would think, to the Ginetta G20. Yes, Steve Griffiths and Jamie Vinalmeyer. That's their 3rd class win of the year. And they keep their lead in the overall championship. Another race to come for them later on. Let's have a look at that change for the lead in Class 2 on the last corner. I think there might have been a bit of contact in there. It was just do or die from Richard Evans and sends Peter Spano over the curbs. Little and large there into the last corner between the BMW and the Ginetta. Great stuff. Well, a bit of rain falling as the cars head back into Parc Fermé. And it'll be down to Ian shortly for a chat with the winners. Okay, now heading down to Ian Waterhouse in the pits to chat to our winners.
Down to Parc Fermé, despite the fact that it's just started to rain. We've got a very, very happy crew here. Ollie Rubins and Simon Baker. They can't go away from me because, funnily enough, what a coincidence. I was talking to this man before the start of the race and said, hopefully, I'll interview you after the race. Guys, congratulations. Magnificent racing out there.
Yeah.
Obviously, you must have gone first. Tell us about the stint.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's real good, really good fun. I mean, obviously, Jazz just shot away, and then it was just a case of, just keeping on it and just catching them, really. So
look, let's get your trophies as well. Let's get it for the camera as well. And guys, you've literally just avoided the rain as well. How cool is that?
Well, the spots, it started to spat down the S's at the end of the back straight, and it was getting a bit slippery, but we've copped it just in time. We're lucky.
Fantastic. Very, very well deserved. Go on, enjoy it. Enjoy it. There we go. Fantastic stuff. Kester, how are you doing? It's good to see you.
I didn't expect to be up here.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I don't mean to be disrespectful, but neither did I, sort of halfway through the race, and then you've put on a great late charge.
Just times are staying the same, so I don't know what happened to the other guys, but I just tried to stay consistent, and it seemed to work.
Well, it certainly did, didn't it? Obviously, you're a solo driver. Does that change anything tactically for you? I guess it's a bit easier for you. You can kind of time your pit stops when they suit more than having to share the drive.
Yeah, definitely that. And obviously, they've got two different drivers, so unless they're both, putting in the same times, it's going to be
This means actually there's going to be a spare trophy.
Is that?
There's two there, isn't there, for third place? Does that mean I get one?
It's hard with no brakes as well. The brake pedal, when I came out the pit stop, literally went to the floor. So I'm spending the whole time, every corner.
It didn't show on the timing sheets, mate.
Well,
great job.
Coming into corners like down the end here, and it's going to the floor, and it's a bit scary. So leave the brakes.
Might be a wet one this afternoon. Let's grab Mark as well. He's over there. Look at this, by the way. What a livery that is. Oh, don't go anywhere, Mark. Congratulations. You were running right at the top for a while. I thought, you might get this done here.
Monster come and got me, didn't it?
But then the monster did hunt you down. Fantastic performance, so you must be delighted.
Yeah, enjoyed that. Yeah, really good race. Yeah.
This looks gorgeous, by the way.
Love it.
And a big shout out to the commentators as well, because it really helps when you've got like fluorescent chips. Do these bits make it go a little bit faster?
I'm hoping so.
Look, wonderful effort, but we've got another race a little bit later. Looks like it might even be a bit wet. Will that suit you?
I think it might, yeah.
Okay.
I think it, yeah.
So
pretty good in the wet, yeah.
Top step.
I hope I jinx myself now.
Right, fantastic. Congratulations,
Yeah,
well
cheers,
done,
thanks very much.
and enjoy it. We're very, very well deserved. They're Asia top three for the Brit Car Endurance Trophy, race one. Don't forget, we've got another race coming up a little bit later. Actually, we're going to have to hand back because it's time for the next Mini Sevens race. So hand back to your commentator, Dave Goddard.